Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be demonstrating how to use the makeup brushes for beginners, and yes, I ended up doing the full look in the process, so don't mind me here. I actually used two different primers on the sides of my face because I was filming another tutorial. So these are the two brushes I use for foundation. The flat top brush, as you can see, the top is flat, and I use this to blend and press in foundation all over my skin, all over my face actually. And this is the angled brush, but I use it for contouring. You could also use the beauty blender to blend your foundation all around your face. So I'm going to be demonstrating how you could use this beauty blender. Make sure your beauty blender is already damp. Soak it in water and squeeze off the excess. I'm going to use a flat concealer brush to apply the foundation on the sides of my face. You could just go in with your blender and start blending, or you could use your blender directly on the foundation at the back of your palm, then you start blending it all over your face. So I'm going to be dabbing in the foundation all around my face. I'll keep going back and forth so that all the product will be evenly distributed all around my face. I keep pressing it in, moving back and forth, and making sure that everything is well blended. You don't need to apply too much pressure, just do it lightly and you will see flawless results. I'm going to also show you how to use the flat top foundation brush to blend in foundation all around your face. So I take the foundation brush and I take some foundation at the back of my palm, and I also press in the foundation on my face. So I'm pressing in the foundation and I'm also blending it down at the same time. I press in, I blend down, I press in, I blend down. Just watch and you'll be able to learn how to use it. Sorry, I'm a bit fast, but all you just need to do is just to make sure that you keep going back and forth all around your face so that you can properly distribute the foundation all around your face. And if the foundation is finished, you go back and take more product into the brush and keep blending it. So you could see that, yeah, it's giving me what it's supposed to give. It's flawlessly blended. So as you can see, I press it into my skin and I drag it down. I press it, bring it down, press it, bring it down. That's what I'm doing. So I'll just blend the whole foundation all around my face. So I press the products in, I blend down, press it in, blend down. That's just the technique I use with this brush. I don't go in circular motions. I just press it into my skin and blend it out. The next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to highlight my face. So the areas under my eyes, my nose, forehead and chin are the areas I'm going to apply my highlight. So I'll use the light shade of concealer, and my beauty blender is the perfect tool to blend that concealer under my eyes. So I'm going to use a flat concealer brush to pick the concealer and just place it under my eye, the bridge of my nose, my chin and my forehead. Depending on the consistency of your concealer, if it is very watery and lightweight, you could allow it to, get a bit dry but not very dry before you blend. But mine is already a thick and full coverage concealer, so immediately I just finish placing it on my skin, I'll go ahead and blend. And it's optional, but to blend I like using the setting spray to spray over my face to make blending even more easier. And of course I'm using my beauty blender to blend the concealer. So all I'll do, I'll just start at the outer part of the concealer, blend it all the way inside. I keep blending till it's moderate and appears very nice and fully blended and fits perfectly to my skin. You blend. That's the key of flawless makeup. You do not get tired of blending. Keep blending till it's perfect and nice. So I'll keep blending those products all the way. And as I'm blending, I'm turning the beauty blender to the other side so that it will help me take off the excess. Blend my nose, forehead, and once I'm done, this is the result. It's well blended and I think I like it this way. So now I'm going to go ahead and set those highlighted areas with my beauty blender. I'm going to use a setting powder, and this is Eyebrow setting powder. I will take my damp beauty blender and dip it into the setting powder. I don't take too much, so I'm going to gently, without any pressure at all, set the highlighted areas with this setting powder, of course with my beauty blender. Set the under eye, the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and we are going to dust this off later with a small powder brush. I also decided to do the reverse contouring. I'm going to do a detailed video on highlighting and contouring. So right now I'm going to use my powder brush. This is a big, round and soft powder brush. The bigger the powder brush, the easier it is for you to apply powder to a larger surface on your face, and the softer the powder brush, the better it is to prevent marks on your face while applying powder. So I'm going to just take some powder around my brush, dust off the excess, and I'm going to press it into my skin while buffing it out at the same time. I'll press it into my skin and I buff it out at the same time. So you see I'm dusting it off at the same time, pressing in, dusting off, pressing in, dusting off the excess. That is just the technique for applying powder, and this brush is helping me apply powder faster to a large area of my face. So I'm just going to apply the powder all around my face. The powder I'm using is the Zaron powder palette. Then I'll use a small powder brush to dust off the excess under my eyes. Just dust off those excess setting powder under my eyes. Once I'm done, the next thing I want to do is that I want to contour. But before contouring, I always like to spray my face. You don't only spray your face after makeup. I love to spray my face after this process, and I'm going to allow that dry. Once it's dry, this is the angled foundation brush I showed you in the beginning, but I use this to contour. So I'm going to be using the Zaron contour palette. It has the highlighter and bronzer there as well. I'm going to just dab that brush into the powder, dust off the excess, and I'm going to just use that to contour my cheek and around my forehead. So what you want to do is pout so that you will see the under part of your cheek where you want to apply the contour very well. So I'll just apply it like that. If it is too harsh, I will use a small powder brush to blend it out. That is more easier for me. So if you don't have a lot of brushes, you could actually use 2 to 3 to 5 brushes depending on how much well you know how to improvise. So I'm going to use that powder brush to blend it. This is the rectangular contour brush I talked about, and this brush can be used to also contour your cheek, and I use it most times to contour the nose of my client. If I have a client that has a long nose, instead of using a smaller contour brush for the nose, I use this one. But if I want a more defined contour on the nose, I go in with a smaller brush. So I'm just going to take that and gently go to the sides of my nose. That came out too much, but I'm going to blend it out with a different brush. So I'll just apply the contour by the sides of my nose, use this powder brush, add a little powder to it, and blend till I'm satisfied. So I'll blend that nose out and it will not look harsh anymore. You could use this flat concealer brush to apply contour to the sides of your nose, but it's best for cream contour and not powder contour. So for powder contour, for a more defined contour on the nose, I have a lot of eyeshadow blending brushes. This brush serves a lot of purpose. This is the angled eyeshadow blending brush. I'm going to use it because it's angled to blend and also contour my nose and make it more defined. So I'm going to take some contour products on the brush, dust off the excess, and go over my nose, those areas right there, to give it a more defined and pointed look. Like I said, I'm going to do a more detailed video on contouring, on highlighting, and every step of makeup I actually took in this video. I'll just blend it, and once I'm done blending, you're going to see how pointed my nose is. So right now I'm going to be using this is a spoolie brush, but it's from my mascara, my old mascara. You could use a toothbrush if you don't have a spoolie brush. You actually use this brush to brush and arrange the hairs on your brows. You brush the hairs up before drawing your brow. And this is a flat concealer brush, flat round shape concealer brush for concealing, that's for cleaning concealer under and on top of your eyebrow. This is the angled concealer brush. You could also use this to apply eyeliner. We are going to also use this to, if you have a brow pomade and you don't have brow pencils, you could use this angled brush to apply and draw your brows through a stroke motion. But we're not going to be doing that in this video. We're going to be using pencil in this video. So this is my pencil, and all you need to do for drawing of brows, you first of all outline your brow. Draw a line, a very thin and very light faded line under your brow and on top of your brows. Then you go ahead and fill it in. I'm going to do a more detailed video on eyebrow drawing for different brow shapes. So this is what I do. I put a line. Then what I always love to do is that I love to create strokes at the beginning of my brows to give it that natural hair effect. After I create like 4 to 5 strokes at the beginning of my brows, I'll go ahead and use my pencil and fill in those areas of my brows that are scanty. I lightly do it. I don't want a very dark brow. The brow pencil I'm using is the Davis eye pencil. You could use any type. So I'm going to use my spoolie brush and again arrange the brows after drawing them. So these are the two concealer brushes. I'm going to be using the angled one to show you how to use it. So for the angled brush, the longer part is going to be at the beginning of your brows, while the shorter parts will be facing towards the end of your brows. So I just use that brush to tap on the concealer. Take note of the shape. I'm going to use a lighter color for the brow bone area, so that it's going to give you that highlighted look. Then towards the end of the brows and the beginning of my brows, I'm going to use a concealer that is my perfect skin shade, so that it will be easier for me to blend it to my whole face. So I'm just going to take that concealer on the brush and clean the brow bone, that middle part of my brow. As I'm cleaning it and defining it, I'll also drag the excess product down. At the same time, I'm cleaning it and I'm also blending it out. Note that the longer part of that brush is facing the other side. That's the beginning of my brows, which should be my right hand side, but your left hand side. Then the shorter part is facing my left hand side, if you understand what I mean. Because if you turn the brush the other way, it's not going to give you, it's going to be difficult for you to use it to blend. So I'm going to use a concealer that matches my skin for that ending part of the brow, and I'll also use the same concealer that matches my skin for the beginning parts of the brow. You will see that it blends into my skin perfectly. I don't need to struggle too much to blend it out. You're taking more product, but make sure that you're not taking too much product, so that it's not going to be difficult to blend out. So I keep cleaning that all the way, cleaning that, and We're going to demonstrate how we could use this flat round brush to clean our brows. I'll use this for the other brow. You can actually use a light shade to conceal and clean your brows, provided you know how to blend it out very well. So it's all your choice. So you could start from the beginning of your brow or the middle part, which is the brow bone, depending on the one that works best for you. So I started from the beginning of my brow with this other brow. All I just do is to clean it gently, and after cleaning it, I take my time to drag down the excess products. Just drag it down, blend it down, and once I'm done, any other excess that was not well blended, I'm going to use one of my eyeshadow brushes, which is this round brush, to just blend it out. I'll go ahead and clean the top of my brows with a shade that is my skin shade so that it's easier to blend. Once I'm done cleaning that, all I'm going to do is that I'm going to use my foundation brush to blend it even more, then use the powder residue on my powder brush to just set everything in place. So these two brushes could also be used to apply eyeshadow to your eyelid. You could also use this dome brush to apply primer to your eyelid. You could also use your finger as well to actually apply products on your eyelid, but for a flawless look you actually need brushes. So get as many blending brushes as you can. You could actually get one or two and still use them. You just keep on cleaning them as you pick up more different colors. So I'm using my finger here to apply eyeshadow to my eyelid, and I'm going to use this my blending eyeshadow brush to blend in colors to my crease. The crease is the area between your eyelid and your brow bone. So that area there that I'm going to just blend in the eyeshadow in circular motions. You take your time and blend it in. If you have different other colors you want to blend, you go into a smaller and more detailed blending brush. There are different sizes. This is the one I could get right now, and if you want to blend in different colors and create a transition, you use that. So this particular small green powder brush, I'll use it to apply blush on my cheek. I could also use it to apply highlighter as well on my cheek. So you could improvise with 3 to 4 brushes. You are good to go, provided that you know what to do with them. So I'm using the same brush to apply bronzer to highlight my cheekbone and dust off the excess. We have to smile, and just a little bronzer can go a long way. You just take that at the highest point of your cheek, blend it out very well. Do the same there. I'm going to press it in so that I'll use this to contour my nose. If you don't have a smaller brush to highlight your nose, you could actually use this brush. Just press it in. You could improvise. Like I said, 4 brushes can go a long way. So I went ahead to fix my lashes and do other things. I did my edges, and this is, I added more blush actually. This is the final look, but then your girl went ahead to switch up the lip look, and this is what we finally have. I'm going to do a more detailed tutorial on everything, every process, how to draw brows, how to do eyeshadow, how to contour, highlights, how to apply foundation. So thank you so much guys for watching. If you love this look, let me know if you have any questions as well, and I'll see you in another video. Please stay tuned and kindly subscribe if you haven't. Like this video, share this video, leave a nice comment as well, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.